So I've had a lot of firsts in this last 2.5 months that we have been living abroad, and it has brought me, okay, to some realizations that I want to share with you in this video. So, first and foremost, Eid Mubarak. For those who celebrate, Ramadan is has come to an end, and we celebrated Eid this morning, and or still are today. We're going to be going out to dinner later, but that has been really great, and that brings me to one of my firsts. So we got here December 29th, 2025. Sometimes you have to remind yourself that it's 2026. Okay. So December 29th, 2025, we got here. I had my first birthday abroad here. I had my first trip to Costa Rica since we've been here. I had my first experience with a private chef since I've been here. I've had my what else? We've had our first we just had our first Ramadan here. We had our first Eid here today. And it's just been a beautiful thing because every first thing we do, even if I've celebrated my birthday before, but every first thing we do here is a new first because we're doing it here. And that's pretty cool. And yeah, I like to think about when I have these moments where I'm like, man, look at all these firsts that we've had. Right? We hosted our first iftar here. For those of you few videos back, I talked about that. But we have been able to experience these things anew. And it has brought me to a few revelations about what these first mean. A lot of times when we think about first, we think about the babies, we think about the littles, think about the children, okay? And they come and they have their first steps. We get so excited. We get so excited when they do something because it's the first time they're ever doing it. The first word, the first time they crawl, the first time they smile, the first I remember us talking about Sovereign opening her eyes, right? It's like everything is so precious and so new because it's a first. And we don't always dial into those first moments as adults. I mean, adulting just really takes us out of the magic and the wonder of things that we had so naturally when we were a kid, and now we're adults and we have to really work for it. We have to really work for the magic and the wonder. How do we grab hold? Um, but this is one of the ways that we grab hold is acknowledging our firsts. So all of those firsts happened in the last 2.5 months. I don't remember the last time I had this many firsts in such a short amount of time. So one thing that has sparked up in me, one revelation, one realization, the first I would say is looking forward to firsts again. Something that I am looking forward to that breaks me out of a sense of routine or a sense of monotony. Because even though we're abroad, we're living here. It's not a vacation. We're still in the routine and the regular stuff, day-to-day stuff that we need to do to just run a household, to homeschool, to work from home. What does that look like? Certain things we're doing pretty much every day. So I it when we have first, when we're like, oh, this is about to be the first time we're going to Costa Rica. This is about to be my first birthday in Costa Rica. This is about to be our first Ramadan in Costa Rica. We're looking forward to those things as firsts again, and it gives it a little bit of new life. And it's nice to break out of the routine and have that be the case. So just looking forward to things, putting things on the calendar, even if they're not first, that you can look forward to. I think sometimes we forget about that because our calendars are filled up with our kids' social calendars, the birthday parties, and the extracurriculars and the extracurriculars, like curricular activities, and something else. The birthday, what's another big one? Oh, the sports and the competitions, right? It's filled up with those things, all the places we have to take them to. And it's not necessarily filled up with like, oh, something we have to look forward to more regularly than maybe a big vacation, right? So sometimes it's just a trip to the amusement park, or, something that we're like, oh, this is nice. And so I think just doing that thing and also tapping into the feeling. Because maybe you booked the amusement park because you're like, okay, we got to do something with these kids. It's about to be spring break. Let's take them to the amusement park. They've been asking, and not necessarily tapping into the feeling of, yeah, we get to do that together. That is pretty cool. We get to do that. That's going to be enjoyable. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Tapping into the feeling. So that's one thing for me, is getting out of the routine, busting up out of that, and looking forward to doing something. Two, I would say that it ignites a little bit of childlike excitement and giddy, because I'm reminded of how I used to feel when I did look forward to things, right? So this is like 1A, I guess. But that feeling of kind of excitement and giddy, like I feel a little childlike even though I'm an adult, which is fun when we can have that place. I feel like that when I go to a park and I get on a swing. So swing's about the only thing that I can fit my full adult sized person on at the park, and I will definitely do that. I can't do it for long because when they started making the swing that goes like this, like the U instead of the flat, like it hurts my hips after a while. I think we should go back to the flat ones. I don't know about these. Maybe it's cheaper, okay, to do the U, but I'm just saying. But that childlike, giddy excitement, I'm back into it because I am I'm feeling real hype about doing something new. Again, I feel like that's 1A, but hey, we're gonna take it with a grain of salt. So another thing that came to me was that I'm not playing small with my life. Because if I can have firsts again in this stage of my life, and if I can intentionally have firsts again in this stage of my life, no matter how quote unquote small or quote unquote big they are, then I'm doing something. I hate to use the word right. It's the first word that came to my mind. Like, I'm doing something right, but I'm doing something that pushes and challenges me outside of what I would normally do. I'm taking an adventure. I am venturing out and trying something new. I'm doing something that I used to do, but I'm doing it again. I'm doing something on a different level than I've ever done it. And I have an opportunity to do it first. And if I'm feeling these firsts, then I am challenging myself in this life. I am pushing myself to do more and to get interested and to get curious and to have fun. And I think that's pretty dope in this stage of my life in my 40s, when there's so much changing for me, so much in terms of my perspective on things, so much in terms of my tolerance for certain things, in terms of the boundaries that I've created for myself, in terms of the physical changes that are happening, in my body and have happened over the years. All of those things come into play. And I think about that in that season. I'm like, in this season of my life, I can still say that I have first. I can still say there's a sense. So that's it. It's getting wet out here. I'm gonna have to stop this because the rain is coming through from the balcony. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I'm Imani Aieshah. If you like these kinds of conversations, if that's your vibe, make sure you subscribe. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if anything resonated with you, please let me know down in the comments, and I will see you tomorrow.